Hello there, my name is Victor Maura and I'm an educator, mentor and academic speaker. And I have authored a mentorship book, a motivational book called The Golden Drive, and I've also authored a mathematics revision book for KJSEA called Excelling KJSEA Mathematics Workbook. And today I want us to discuss a very important thing. At the end of this year, we know that Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment will be done, and there are many confusions about the current education system, or how students will join senior school. That confusion started with joining domiciling of junior secondary school in primary schools, and so many things that we do not know about the future of the current education system. But one thing for sure, by this time we know that by the end of the year, Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment, KJSEA, will be done. And therefore, one of the questions every parent and every candidate, grade 9 candidate, and even those in grade 8 and grade 7 will be asking is, how will this exam be tested? What will be the format of the papers? And what do you expect in these exams? Different from other years, remember in 844, those of us who did 844 the later years, we had the advantage of having so many past papers, mock exams, and even previous KNEC exams, the KCSE and the KCP papers. And therefore, we were able to analyze the papers through, and we were able to know what the setting format of the exam would be, and we were able therefore to predict and actually come up with a way that we would revise well. For us, we revised exactly where the exam will come from, and therefore we passed. If you look at one of my videos, it's one of the most watched videos. If you scroll through this channel and check for the popular video, you will see one of the video I have been predicting KJSEA Mathematics, where I have shown that in the past 5 years, I did that video in 2023, and therefore I analyzed papers, mathematics paper 1 and paper 2, questions that came between 2018 and 2022. And we were able to identify those topics that were recurrent and exactly how those topics were tested. And therefore, in this video, that is what I'm trying to discuss and show the candidate. And I have written this book, Excelling KJSEA Mathematics Workbook, authored by myself, Victor Maura, and it contains sample papers. In January this year, the Kenya National Examination Council released sample papers that guided the students on how the exam will be, will look like. And that for mathematics, students now know they will sit for one mathematics paper. And the paper will be out of 100 marks. And the paper will have two sections, section A and section B. And therefore, in this video, I want us to look into details on what will be expected in that area, and so that students can be able to prepare well. And then, therefore, without much ado, let us dive directly into some of those contents that I've indicated in this book. So if you buy this copy, by the way, the copy just goes for 350, and it can be delivered countrywide. So just contact me, and we can arrange how you can get this book. My number is on this channel, 0701 238383, and I would really encourage you to have a copy of this book so that you can have access to it. This book has 12 sample papers that adhere to the guidelines by KNEC and also marking scheme. And again, in this channel, an added advantage in this channel and my website, which is potentacademy.com, you are going to find solutions for this book. I have already uploaded some and I continue to upload all the solutions in this book. So therefore, when you buy this book, you'll be able to revise and get familiar with the format of KJSEA. And again, where unakwama, you just come to this channel and look for that question or sample paper and the question, and you'll be able to revise well. So therefore, before we continue, have you subscribed to this channel? If you have not, please do. Just take a minute. It should take you 2 seconds. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Now, KJSEA Mathematics paper will be one paper again, as I had said. And let me just take you through some of the instructions to the candidates. These instructions read that answer all questions in both section A and section B. And you are also told to use non-programmable calculator where applicable. So if you do not have a calculator, now you can take time to purchase one. Again, all working must be shown in section B in the spaces provided. Remember, the exam paper will have some space for section A for working, but they will be marking only the answer, and they will give you a separate answer sheet where you are going to tick question A, you tick where A is, and B or C or D with the appropriate answer. But section B, you have to show all the working. We'll go into details and understand why and what else is required in section B. Again, they say give numerical answers to 3 significant figures unless otherwise stated. So as you are going to work through, make sure you are going to use 3 significant figures unless now it is specified in the question. Again, they say use pi as 3.142 or calculator value for pi. Okay, when you get to the exam room, please read the instructions and understand. So pi, in this case, you don't use the 22/7 in this paper unless it is specified. So these instructions were obtained from the sample paper provided by KNEC. But it is important, again, when you get to the exam room, read carefully the instructions. Good. Now, so you will have section A and section B. Section A will be out of 20 marks and it has 20 questions. So these 20 questions, it has multiple choice. So this section assesses the learner's ability to grab or recall some of the concepts learned throughout junior secondary. So all the main topics, remember when you look at your textbook, mathematics textbook, you'll see there are 5 from grade 7, grade 8 and grade 9. There are 5 main topics. The first topic is numbers. Then under numbers there are other subtopics. Then the second topic is algebra and inequalities. The third topic is measurement. The fourth topic is geometry and construction. Then lastly we have data handling and probability. Now, you can take time and look at every topic, what it entails inside. For example, measurement, you have money, you have also measurement of length. Again, in data handling and probability, there is questions of probability, there is also statistics, drawing pie charts, drawing graphs, interpreting pie charts, and so on and so forth. Now, numbers, the topic of numbers. Again, the 5 topics will be also tested in section B. Now in section A, question 1 to question 7. Read my lips. Question 1 to question 7. 7 good questions, which again here is 7 marks, will come from the topic of numbers. Then the second topic is algebra, question 8 to question 10. Now there you'll have like 3 questions. I'm taking this from the guideline given by KNEC and also from the sample paper that was given. Question 11 to 17, those are 8 questions, the topic of measurement. topic of measurement. Then question 18 to question 19 will come from geometry and construction. And then the last question, just one question, from data handling and probability. So if you have an area that is disturbing you, or you can revise, you can subdivide these sections and you make topic-wise focused revision. For example, this book is designed in the format that I've just explained, so that if you want to revise numbers, you can just take this book and revise question 1 to 7 of each sample paper. Example. Good. This actually, okay, it has gone to the other page, but this is sample paper 1. You can look at the format of the questions that will be tested in KJSEA. So question 1, you can see it is about integers, identifying an integer. Then the other one asks about LCM. Then we follow through to rounding off of numbers. Then you are given about, again it's rounding off to significant figures. The other one was to the nearest 10,000s. Question 5 is about dividing fractions. So that one is a simple one because it's just 1 mark. Then expanding and simplifying the expression. Then the last question, a child's age must be less than 10 years. Again, this one is not inequality, it's numbers, where you are able to identify whether a number is to represent a number in terms of an unknown value, where you can say A is greater or equal to 10 or something. Then we said question 8, 9 and 10 are coming from algebra, so you can look at how algebra looks like. So when you get this book, you are going to be able to revise more. Again, if you are revising algebra, you are going to take these 3 questions, then you go to the next sample paper and take the next 3 questions. Let me just show you for the next paper. Question 8, 9 and 10. Again, you can see question 8. I don't know whether you can see well. Question 8. Then you can have this. Yes. Sorry. So you are going to learn also algebra in this book, and you need to prepare well algebra and inequalities. You will have about 3 marks in section A. Then 8 marks, question 11 to 17, measurement, just asking about measurement, about volume, area of a square, area of a rectangle, area of a rhombus, parallelogram, triangle, surface area. Although surface area might not come here because it carries a lot of marks, not like here, which questions are simple and only have 1 mark. Again, simple interest, compound interest are there under measurement. If you look at your book well, you'll see money under measurement. Then you have geometry and construction, question 18 and 19, 2 questions. Here, in the first paper, you are given question I've not shown you some of the questions about measurement there. Yes. Then you are given this question 18 is about ratios, and then question 19 is about this. This is a question about construction, or general knowledge that cuts across measurements and construction, where you are going to be able to know the rules of the Pythagoras theorem, where you know a squared plus b squared is equals to c squared. Then the last question we have said will come from the topic of data handling and probability. So in this question we are asked about probability of a primary color, and you are given the primary color there. So again, you need to understand those topics very well. So when you revise topic wise, it will be easy for you to understand and even to revise. When you are revising, when you know where the exam will come from or how the exam will be tested, it becomes easier. I hope you can agree. We go to section B. Section B. So remember, section A 20 questions, only 20 marks. Section B, another 20 questions, but 80 marks. So why 80 marks? Because they are going to mark your methods. Now, here we are not interested with just the answer. We are interested with how do you arrive at this answer. This is section B. How do you arrive at this answer, and therefore we are going to give you marks for the steps that you are going to write. Now, these 20 questions will come from, again, we'll cover all the 5 major topics. You want to know, of course, you want to know which questions are asked again. Similar to the distribution up there, question 21 to question 28 will come from the topic of numbers. A very easy topic, but yet very important, that you are going to get this question requiring, and again, each question has a maximum of 5 marks. No question will have more than 5 marks in all this. So if you take 80 marks divided by 20, you'll get around 4. So some questions will be 5 marks, other questions 3 marks, and even others 4. Some may be 2 marks, but no question will be more than 5 marks. That is a rule given by KNEC. Alright, question 29 to 31, those are the 3 questions. Will come from the topic of algebra and inequalities. Then question 18 to 19, those are 2 questions. Sorry, I have mixed section A and section B. We have said question 21 to 28 is numbers. Question 29 to 31, algebra and inequalities. Then question 32 to 37, the topic of measurements. 32 to 37, measurement. So those are about 5 or 6, 6 questions, because they're including 32 to 37. 6 questions from the topic of measurements. Going to geometry and construction, question 38 to 39, 2 questions, just like in section A, 2 questions. The topic of geometry and construction. So here, angles using compass and ruler. You need to read the questions very carefully when it comes to construction. They might require you to draw or to construct angles, especially using a ruler and a pair of compass only. So when you are told to construct 90 degrees, you might be tempted to use a set square. Or when you are told to construct 60 degrees, you might be tempted to use a protractor. So you need to be able to construct most of these angles, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees, using a pair of compass and a ruler only, and of course a pencil. The last question, question 40, comes from the topic of data handling and probability. So, what have you noted? So, data handling and probability, 1 question, section A and section B. But however, do not ignore this question saying that, well, it is just 1 question. Don't ignore this topic, because it might might have 5 marks. Most of the questions, if you get data handling, drawing a pie chart or drawing a graph, it will be 5 marks. But if it is an interpretation of a question with probability, probably, just probably, remember it could have questions part A and part B, and it could be taking 4 to 5 marks. That can be significant. When you add with question B, that is 5% from that topic. Now, look at the most important topics, the weighty topics. Numbers is very easy, yet they have paid attention to that topic. They have taken 7 questions in section A and 8 questions in section B. Again, the topic of measurement. It has 8 questions in section A and 7 questions. We had said 6. Yes, 6 questions in section B. So you can note that. So when you are revising, it is important you understand the setting of the exam, so that you do not find that there is a topic that you have over-revised. You have exhausted everything, but yet there is a topic you have not exhausted. Now, maybe I can just show you the format of this book. So I have already shown you section A. This is sample paper 1. After sample paper 1, you will have, so section B is section B, the structured questions. You can have a look at the questions. I have already uploaded the solutions to section A of this sample 1 on this website. So yes, look at this. The last question is 5 marks. So you cannot underrate this question, yet it is very easy. After sample paper 1, we go to sample paper 2 and so on to sample paper 12. After that, at the end of the book, you will have a section where you have the marking scheme. There is the marking scheme for both section A and section B. So this book is very important, and I wish that you can be able to get a copy from me. Anywhere you are, we are going to arrange how you can have this book. And for schools heads, just you can arrange how you can buy the book in bulk for your school or for your students. And I also give academic talks on mathematics preparedness for both high school and junior secondary. If you need my services, you can just contact me, and I'll be sure to come. Thank you. If you have any question, comments on this book or KJSEA in general, feel free to comment down below, and we'll be sure to answer you. Lastly, if you want to join our online tuition group, which is largely free because we send so many videos there, but if you require one-on-one tuition or guidance, we can always talk on that. But for joining our online group, where we are, or WhatsApp group, where I upload, I notify you of videos or any content that is relevant for you. I also share revision materials. You can also WhatsApp me through that number. See you in the next video as we continue revising and preparing our students for KJSEA. I wish you all the best. Please subscribe to this channel and share with your friends. Thank you.